Record state, Mississippi. Location, Yazoo City. Subject, the Great Fire of May 25, 1904. If you read the official historical registry, you get a clean, tidy summary. A fire started in a local parlor. Fanned by unusually high, erratic winds, it tore through the town. In a matter of hours, 324 buildings were reduced to ash. Entire city blocks leveled. Over $2 million in property damage. The official cause listed by the fire marshal? A boy playing with matches. Neat. Tidy. Case closed. But details matter in an investigation. And when you look closely at the timeline, the boy with the matches theory starts to feel like a very convenient rug to sweep a nightmare under. To understand the fire of 1904, you have to rewind exactly 20 years. 1884. Local sheriff ledgers detail an old woman living out on the banks of the Yazoo River. The town officially considered her a vagrant. Unofficially, they whispered she practiced dark folk magic, luring fishermen off the river and into her cabin. When the sheriff finally raided her property that winter, he found the remains of several missing men in her rafters. She fled into the swamps. The posse cornered her in a patch of sinking quicksand. As the mud pulled her under, she didn't panic. She didn't beg for a rope. She locked eyes with the sheriff and delivered a highly specific threat. She said, "In exactly 20 years, I will return, and I will burn this town to the ground." The deputies pulled her body from the muck. They buried her in the center of Glenwood Cemetery. And then, to put the town's superstitions to rest, they wrapped her grave in heavy iron chains, anchoring the links deep into the stone base so she could never claw her way out. Now, wrapping a dead vagrant in heavy iron chains, that's a heck of a lot of paranoia for an old lady in the mud. I'm standing in Glenwood Cemetery right now, looking down at that exact grave. The date of the Great Fire was May 25th, 1904, exactly 20 years after she sank, down to the month. But let's play devil's advocate. The timeline is a coincidence. The erratic wind is a coincidence. The boy with the matches was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. What isn't a coincidence is the iron. I'm looking at the heavy links wrapped around her headstone. The chain is broken. But it wasn't cut with a hacksaw or clipped with bolt cutters. I'm looking at the stress fractures on the metal. The iron has been violently warped and snapped outward. Physics dictate that for a chain of this thickness to snap in this specific direction, the sheer, blunt force had to originate from the center of the grave, pushing up. The history books say a boy playing with matches burned down Yazoo City. But looking at this shattered iron, that's a hell of a match.